It's the 23rd of March, it's time for another Harmony News update, and the big news today is that Pangaea Phase 2 has launched. So what does this mean exactly? Well, if you followed Stephen's tweet, you'll see that Pangaea Stage 2 will be 400 slots in 4 shards with 200 external ones. There's going to be a stake heist competition. You might have seen the promo for that already. And then there's various exit criteria for what we're going to do here. Now, if you want more detail on that, there is a Medium article that lays out the entire roadmap. I will link that below. But this is a really crucial phase because this is where we really start to look at stress testing. Seb has been testing 1 million plus delegations generated across multiple delegation stress tests. RJ did a load test on 10,000 delegation rewarding logic, which takes, he says, 0.28 seconds to finish. So one of the major pieces of work that's been going on the last couple of weeks is the revision of the economic model. Now, Nick has been working on this and he's almost ready to publish a Medium article that will go through all the changes that are going on. And what he says is the goal of this change is to achieve a higher staking ratio and to simplify the model. Now, we will explain all of that in a future video, hopefully this week, if not next week. Now, talking about validators, we've been putting a spotlight on the key validators who are going to be running nodes in the next phase. And of course, these are really important because these are the people that if you are not running a validator yourself, you can delegate to. So understanding who they are, what they like, what they're about, is kind of important. The delegators themselves send in some information about themselves. It's a first chance to really get a look at who these people are and where they come from and what their background is and whether you can trust them and whether, of course, you want to delegate to them. So please do go and check those out. Garlem has also been working on a new website. Wow, finally, a new website. The code is pretty much done. The design is pretty much done. And I'm hoping that that will be out in the world pretty soon. And another website that's very important is, of course, the staking dashboard, and we're continuing to upgrade that and refine that. There's a new network level analytics page that's been designed and worked on by Gizem, Nick, and Matt. And Gizem has actually put an interesting question to Stephen this week, which is what is our network growth expectation in terms of numbers of validators in the next 6 months? And Stephen's response was to go back to the 2020 plan, which was to grow from 320 initial external seats to 1,000. So the whole goal of decentralization is to be actually decentralized. And at the moment, as we bootstrap the network, of course, many of the nodes are being run by us, but the goal is to become 100% external nodes. Then we can call ourselves truly decentralized. Now, this brings me to my next point, which is I picked myself up a little troll this week.
Oh no.
Buy My Coin, a man, or it could be a woman, who knows, who opened a Twitter account merely days ago with, it seems, the express purpose of attacking me. So that was fun. But he actually sent something specifically this morning, which is a critique, and it's a question, and actually it's fair for us to address it. So he says, maybe you want to talk to your community about Harmony 1 protocol, and 1, where are the rewards minted by the foundation nodes? And 2, why do you call it decentralized when 500 nodes are on a single provider? Is this one of your marketing facts? Right. Of course, if we strip away the sarcasm, there is some actual interesting questions here. So the rewards minted by the foundational tokens come out of the foundation tokens. This is the tokens that Harmony had themselves. So they're not new, and they're not tokens that are minted just specifically for the foundational nodes. And it's worth bearing in mind here that running a node is not easy, and it's not cheap. It actually comes with a huge amount of stress and responsibility. And I'm going to be digging into that in a future video because setting one up is quite straightforward, actually, and it's quite quick. But maintaining it, keeping it running, restarting it whenever the network requires it, and making sure that your uptime is sufficient to avoid being penalized, that's actually a lot of work. Secondly, why do you call it decentralized when 500 nodes are on a single provider? Well, it's hard to pick out exactly what this question is about, but if it's about whether there are many nodes hosted on AWS, well, this is because AWS is the biggest cloud service provider in the world. Now, we do support many other different cloud providers, such as AWS, GCP, Azure, Vultr, and DigitalOcean. And we also work with Anchor to decentralize our nodes. But this is a crypto-wide problem. 60% of Ethereum full nodes run on AWS. This is just the way it is. And if you're talking about whether all of those nodes are run internally, well, yes, we have been very transparent about this. We needed to bootstrap the network with nodes that we ran ourselves, but the goal is 100% external nodes. That has always been the goal. This is how you bootstrap a network. There is nothing shady about it. There's nothing being hidden here. Decentralization is a process. It's not a button you just press. That was the Harmony news this week. So if you want to catch up with everything else that's going on, follow Stephen on Twitter and you'll get the full POW breakdown from there from all the teammates who respond to that tweet. There's so much work going on. There's so much testing going on. There is so much evaluation going on. And I just want to bring that back to a tweet from Tom Shaughnessy from Delphi Digital, who says, anyone can build in a bull market. Pay attention to who is still building now during this catastrophe. Those are the people you want to invest in and partner with. Now, I'm not saying that Harmony has all the answers. I'm not saying Harmony is the best. But what I am saying is that Harmony is still here. Harmony is still building. And we're working harder than ever. So if that's a metric that you can get behind, please do. If not, if you want to call this a scam, then I would just urge you to do more due diligence and try and understand what's actually going on here. We had a tweet saying that sharding and cross-shard transactions don't work. I have a video to prove that they do. You can test the network out for yourself. You can test the wallets out for yourself. Do that work at least before you call us a scam. Because a scam, we are not.
Alrighty then.
Peace out. See you on the next one. Have a good week and be safe. Be really safe. Bye.